All right, well, welcome to Modern Yoga Tribe. Today, we will hydrate our spine. So we'll work with the 6 different directions that the spine moves in order to keep space so that our vertebral discs can have lots of juiciness and lots of movement potential for our lifetime. So let's start on our back. You can have your block handy. And bend your knees up. Feet to the ground. And just take a moment here. Rest your hands on your low abdominal diamond and breathe. And as you breathe, offer that sense of extension through your spine. So as you breathe in, you can even wiggle a little bit on the ground. Allow yourself to telescope long. Crown of your head moves toward the edge of your mat. Tail works its way down. So you're physically creating that space in your spine. And then using your breath to continue to nurture that opening from the inside. Giving yourself 1 or 2 more breaths. Again, maybe slightly wiggling, working your spine long. And then attuning your feet to parallel, hip distance apart. Rest the heel of your hands right where your femur heads move into your hip sockets and press. So we're creating some length in our spine here now, pushing your femur heads away. Reach the crown of your head towards the edge of the mat. And getting long here. Take a breath. And now press down through both feet evenly and lift your pelvis coming up to a bridge. Turn your hands into fists. We'll place those fists right on the points of our hips. Push down with your fists and respond, bringing your glutes into an activated position, pressing your hip points up back into your fists. And just holding this container, cinching your internal hips toward one another, getting your deep core turned on. Keep your fists there and let's start to pulse. So you have that sense of resistance that you're working into. All right, so continue to pulse. We'll move our hands though, give a high five to the sky with your right hand. Left hand comes across, pull back at those right fingers, stretching hand, wrist, and forearm. Okay, big breath. And transition to the other side. Keep pulsing in your pelvis. Left hand gives that high five, right hand pulls back, stretching hand, wrist, and forearm. So we start to feel some heat building in your glutes here. And when we have that strong glute support, then our spine can confidently grow long. It's like a plant when the roots are secure into the earth, it can grow confidently towards the sky. All right, release your hands, hold your pelvis steady now, turn your palms to face and bring your arms up along your ears. So thumbs will tap the ground, fingers are splayed, palms facing. Breathe in, hold here, exhale all of your breath through your mouth. Hold your breath out and slowly roll your back down to the earth. You'll feel a sense of vacuum in your abdomen. That's a Uddiyana Bandha. Pause with that breath out for a moment. Let yourself grow a little longer. And when you need to breathe in, sweep your arms back to the sky and bring them down beside you. All right, find your block. We'll take our block and place it right between your knee joints. And draw your knees up above your hips. Shins parallel, toes are pulled back. Bring the heel of your hands again to those femurs. And they might be a little higher now, perhaps up by your knees. We're finding a core lock. So I'd like you to feel your low back descending to the earth as you push your thighs into your hands, push your hands back into your thighs. Keep your front rib strong in, crown of your head reaches to the sky, squeeze the block. Hands to thighs, thighs to hands. One more breath. and relax. Bring your knees into your chest, give a squeeze, and return to that position. So finding that strong integrity. Okay, we're going to keep our knees squeezing on the blocks. Now bring your hands back to the sky, palms face, like they did in that bridge. Keep squeezing the block. Slowly lower your heels down to tap the ground. Keep your front ribs pulling in, low back to the ground, and then bring your knees back up above your hips. So we're going really slow here, activating that transverse abdominis, that deep core support, tapping your heels and coming back up. Okay, one more time, tap your heels, come back up, that looks great. Okay, squeezing the block, alternately move your arms. So now right arm will come up along your ear, tapping your thumb down as your heels tap, and back on up. And left arm. Going slow, squeeze the block, come back up. And right arm, keep your low back descending to the earth, almost like your sacrum is nailed from the front down into the earth. And that left thumb taps. And back up. Let's do one more each side, right thumb. And tap. And left thumb, squeeze that block. Good, okay. So release, take the block off to the side. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Lift your hips an inch. Turn them to the right and drop your knees over to the right. Rolling over toward that right hip. Activate your left glute. Press your left knee down to the end of the mat and stretch your arms up along your ears. Grasp your left wrist with your right hand. Give a pull. So you feel this opening into your side waist, into your side ribs. Fill with your breath one more time. And coming back to center. So it's for a little rotation now through our spine. Center your pelvis. We'll move your hips an inch to your right. Drop your knees and your hips over to the left. Right glute activates. Press your knee down to the end of your mat. Give a big reach along your ears. Left hand will grab your right wrist. Pull. So it's a little twist and just a hint of a side bend, using your breath to fill into that right side body. And one more breath. And we'll come on up to center. All right, so something similar with a little bit of a different spin now. So dead bug crawl, so no block this time. Chins parallel to the earth, hands reach to the sky. So right leg will reach down towards the end of your mat. Left arm will come up along your ear. Just like we did a moment ago, now your right leg's extended. If that's too much, just bend your knee again. And knee and hand come back up. Left leg extends, right arm comes up along your ear. That thumb taps the ground. And back. Right leg and left arm, keeping the opposite hand to the sky and back. Good. And right arm, left leg. Good. Okay, a little add on here. Right leg, left arm. Now bring your right hand to that left thigh and push into your thigh. Thigh back into your hand. Push, 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 push. And kind of bring everything back up to that starting position. And now that left leg will reach down, right arm comes up. Left hand to right thigh, push, 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 push. And everything comes back up. One more each side. Right leg, left arm, right hand to left side, push, 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 push. If you like, chin to chest, lift, look at your hands. And come on back to center. And left leg reaches down, right arm. Hand to thigh, push, push, push. And chin to chest, look at your leg if you like. Woo. And come on back. All right. Take your hands to your hamstrings. Let's rock and roll on our back. And as you do this, sense every segment of your back, making some kind of connection into the earth. So your chin rolls down. There's no flat spots, no funky spots. Well, there might be, but try to give yourself opportunity for those to just round out and become fluid in this flex position of our spine. Okay, come on up, cross your ankles. We'll roll over across ankles and come on down to our bellies. Arms reach up along your ears. So similar to that cross crawling pattern, now in a Shalabhasana, take a moment, get your spine really long, and we'll lift that left leg off the ground, pointing your toe. Lift your right arm off the ground. Your thumb will come to the ceiling. Feel that cross through your back, right shoulder to left hip, really active left glute. And down. Now right leg lifts, left arm lifts, rise up. Your chest might lift a little here, thumb to ceiling. Feel that cross, left shoulder to right glute. And down. Left leg, right arm. And down. Right leg and left arm. And down. So we'll continue to go back and forth here, just exploring this cross-lateral motion through our back line now. Be mindful that you're not working too much in your back, that you're feeling your glute generate this movement for your leg. And the muscles around your shoulder blade toning in and down as you lift your trunk and your arm. Great, one more each side. Okay, slide your hands underneath your shoulders. We'll press back to child's pose. Coming to the tops of your feet. Crawl your trunk forward again. Get long. Allow your breath to move in between the space of your discs, hydrating your spine. Fill up completely, and we'll take a side bend. Walk your hands over to the right. Hands root down. Press your hips to the left. Head heavy, left shoulder blade descends. And breathing in through center, walk your hands to the left. Nail your hands down and press your hips over to the right. And coming back to center. Sit back onto your heels, and we'll do a movement here called a primal squat. You'll step your right foot forward. So listen to your knees. This might be a place where you want to put a block between your sit bones and the ground. So we have our right knee forward, and I'm on the top of my back foot. I'm going to try to mirror you here. Yeah. Good. So you're either on that heel or using the block. Let's bring our right hand down, left arm comes over, side bend. And then left hand down, right arm over. As you side bend to the right, lift your pelvis, opening up. Yes, it's a little more like a side plank. Bring that left hand more in alignment with your knee. Bringing that left hand a little forward. There you go. Yeah. Okay, hips come down. We'll go back to that first side, left arm along your side body. Breathe in, and then transition. Left hand down, right arm comes over, press your hips forward. And one more time. All right, opening up towards the left. Great, and coming back, we'll tuck that right leg under and bring your left leg out. So again, using that block, you might need to have it a little differently from side to side. If you're a little buoyant here, left hand down, right arm side bends over. Inhale, floating yourself up, right arm down. Press with that hand and open to that variation of side plank. Okay, hips come down, left hand down, bowing over to the left. Your chest open. Good, right hand down, lift your hips, press them forward. Good. Okay, last one, hips come on down, Going over to the left, get that roll of your chest open, that looks great. And then right hand down, opening up. Okay, so you'll see this move a little bit in our flow at different times, so just getting you familiar with that. So roll on forward, hands and knees, widen your hands, tuck your toes under, take downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog for a moment. You can bobble your head, shrug your shoulders to your ears and down your back, exploring the power and strength of your arms. Lift and lower your heels, what lives in the backs of your legs today. And downward dog is really a great way just to start to bring some vitality now to our upper body. We don't brachiate often, we don't walk on our hands often. We're starting to bear weight on our hands. Okay, one more big breath. And then walking your feet on forward, hang in a soft knee fold at the front of your mat, wrist into elbow creases, breathe space into your back body. Soften your knees a little bit more. We'll roll all the way up to standing, releasing your arms. Take your shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Find your mountain pose, hips above ankles, shoulders above hips, palms forward. Follow your inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. Soft knees hinge on down into your fold. Right leg comes back, knee to the ground and the top of your foot, taking our 90-90 lunge. Right glute engages, shoulders stack above hips, widen your fingers. And hands come on down, bring it back, take a plank. And we'll bring our knees to the ground, elbows brush ribs, lower down to your belly, hips and chest touch together. Draw your shoulder blades down your back, open into cobra, heart comes forward and lower back down. Press back, downward facing dog. Step that right foot forward, left knee down, but not the top of your foot. Staying on the top of your foot. Come on up, left glute engages, big breath here. And hands come down, bring your back foot forward. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And exhale, hinge on down, left foot back, knee to the ground, but not the top of your foot. Keep your toes tucked under. Open up. Arms up to the sky, backstroke your right arm, twisting to the right. And come back, arms to the sky, turning back forward, backstroke right arm, twist to the right. Okay, keep that left glute engaged as you do this, keep your pelvis neutral. Just using our breath to open into a twist here. The next time you open into a twist, turn your gaze, look behind you, turn with your eyes, let your eyes rotate. Looking back. Full inhale, and then cartwheel hands to the ground. Step on back, take your plank, lower all the way down, knees might come first. Take cobra, shoulders, draw down your back, and lower, downward facing dog. Take a big breath here, please. We'll step our left foot forward. Knee to the ground, but not the top of your foot. Come on up to your lunge. Look at that integrity, right glute engages. Backstroke your left hand, turn to the left. Inhale, come up. Backstroke, turn to the left. Inhale, come up. Two more. And this last one, turning, turn your head, turn your gaze, look to the left, look with your eyeballs. Getting that rotation all the way through your neural pathway. And hands cartwheel down, back foot comes forward. Inhale, sweep yourself all the way up. And we'll drop right into a chair. So just like we did in that earlier bridge, bring your hands to your femurs, tucking them right into that hip crease. Push down with your legs, but reach long, long, long through the crown of your head. Looks like there's a magnet reaching the crown of your head up. Okay, one more breath. And let yourself come on down into your fold. Right foot will come back. Okay, rising up on Svanasana, taking our high lunge now, back knee off the ground. So backstroking your left hand, opening into your twist. Reach back, we'll take our left fingers to the inner right thigh. Right arm reaches up to the sky. So getting longer in that right side body. Feel your spine opening. Fill your lungs. And we'll set that right hand on the ground to the inside of our foot. You can use your block if you like. Left arm up to the sky in a twisted lunge. Okay, one more breath. Set your left hand down. Okay, here comes that move that we worked on. You have your block, set it to the side. Your fingers are maybe 12 inches in front of your left toes. Now get power in that left leg. Get buoyant with your right leg. Start taking your right toes off the ground. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Bring your right knee in. Sit back to your heel. We're in that primal squat. Grab your block if you need right here. Great. So transitioning, left hand down, right arm over, side bend. Breathe in, come all the way up. Right hand down, left arm sweeps over, lift your hips into that variation of side plank. Great. Settle your hips to the ground. This time twist to the left, hugging your knee into your chest. Left hand comes behind you. Breathe in, move through center. Bring your left elbow to the inside of your knee. Right hand behind you, twist to the right. All right, we're going to move back to that lunge. So bring your hands down in front of your left foot. Lift your pelvis. If you have that block, move it out of your way. And stretch back with your right foot. Toe comes down to the ground. Good, rise back up. Anjaneyasana. Great, hands come down. Take it into side lunge. Walk your hands to the right, drop that right heel. Side lunge over to the right. And side lunge over to the left. Let's go back and forth. Let this feel good. So for today's class, if you'd like to swivel onto the heel of your extended leg into more of a skandasana or Cossack stance and let the heel of your weighted foot lift, you can give that a go. I normally don't teach that, but we're getting so much other in joint mobility with integrity that it might be nice just to explore a little free form here. All right, finding a wide leg fold, pause here. Allow space to open in the backs of your legs. We're going to need that space in a few moments. Take one more breath. And walk your hands back to the front of your mat. Come on back. Take a plank pose, left leg off the ground. And switch right leg off the ground. And switch left leg. And switch right leg. One more each side, left leg. And right leg. Both feet to the ground, lower with strength. All right, so arms reach up along your ears. Coming to a full Shalabhasana, lift your chest, lift your arms, flying like Superman, lift your legs. Those glutes engage. Get long like you're on a stretching rack. Someone's pulling your fingertips, someone's pulling your toes, get long, longer more than higher. And melt down to the ground. Hands under your shoulders, press back up, downward facing dog. Walk your feet in a little bit, lift your heels high, and bend your knees. Reach your hips back. Like you're on that big stretching machine. Lots of space in your spine. Be mindful not to sag through your shoulders, but rather keep the peak of your pelvis drawing back without your chest sagging. Okay, walk, step, or bounce those feet up to your hands. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And exhale, hinge back down into your fold for second side. Left foot steps back. And we'll come on up to Anjaneyasana, our lunge. Backstroke. That right arm twisting, opening to the right. Okay, reach a little bit further behind you. Right hand comes down, touches your inner left leg. Extend that left arm up to the sky. Look back and down, giving rotation into your cervical spine as well, that neck. One more breath. And then leaning forward, left hand comes down to the ground or on the block. Sweep your right arm up to the sky for a twisted lunge. And pressing through that grounded hand through that left hand so both arms get long. Take one more breath. And right hand comes down. Set the block to the side, but keep it close. You might need it. Bring your fingers about a foot in front of your right toes and get buoyant in that left leg. So just lifting and lowering a couple times. Try to keep some resistance, like you're moving that left leg through water. You have control. Last one. And we'll bring that left knee up, coming into that primal squat. Use the block if you need between your hips and the ground. Okay. So our right hand comes down first, side bend over to the right. And then inhale through center, left hand down, lift your hips, pressing your hips forward. As you come forward, you might even lift that right heel a little bit off the ground, getting more space in that pelvis. And hips come down. One more time. Right side, side bend. And inhale up, left hand down, lifting your hips, opening. And coming back up, hands to the earth. Put your weight into that right foot, left foot bounces back. And we'll go into those side lunges, walking your hands to the left. Again, you might come onto your right heel and onto the ball of your left foot. And then walking over to your right, going back and forth. If it's better for you to stay high and work with your heels on the ground, make that choice if you have any compromise in your hip, knee, or ankle joints, especially for any low back pain. Okay, coming back around to the front of our mat. Step it back, right foot off the ground, three-legged plank. And trade, left leg up. And trade, right leg up. Trade, left leg up. Last one, right side up. And last, left side up. And lower all the way down. You just did before, arms reach up along your ears, thumbs to the sky. Use your glutes, lift your legs, lift your trunk, lift your arms. Again, think about growing long. Your fingers and toes are magnetized to the sides of your rooms. You're extended more than bent. Fill that space with your breath. Take one more inhale. And lower arms down. Hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, press back. Downward dog, and just like before, walk your feet in. Lift your heels, bend your knees a lot. Again, creating that sense of traction and opening through your back line. And one of the definitions of the word yogi is one whose spine is illuminated, or one whose spine has come alive. Take a breath, feeling light into your whole back. And let's walk, step, or jump our feet forward. Inhale, sweep all the way up to the sky, and hinge back down with an exhale. Step or jump back into plank pose again. Lower this time halfway, knees can come to the earth for that halfway position. Open heart up dog, hands and tops of your feet only if that works in your body. Draw your throat back and hinge downward facing dog. You sweep your right leg up to the sky and we'll bring that right knee up towards our right elbow. And sweep it back, right knee over to left elbow. Sweep it back, right knee to right elbow, and sweep it back, right knee to left elbow. One more each side, sweep it back, right knee to right elbow, and sweep it back, right knee to left elbow. Sweep it back, we'll take our step in between our hands, come back up to your lunge, again, have your block handy. So lifting your trunk to the sky, draw your navel back, get long in your side body, great. And exhale, hands come to the ground. So walking your hands to the right, watch this, it's a twisted leg, wide leg fold. You might take your block with you. Swivel your toes to the right side of your mat, you'll be on the pinky toe edge of both toes, of both feet. Using your block, walking it over, you might be really high here. Walking, crossing your legs till you're facing the right side of your mat in a cross leg fold. Okay, walking your hands back to the front of your mat. Use your block underneath your left hand, straighten your right leg, root that left heel to the ground. You might move it more to the middle line of your mat. Open your right arm up to the sky, twisted triangle. Press your hips to the wall behind you, reaching out with the crown of your head, keeping lots of space here. Take that right hand, bring it to your sacrum, look down at the ground, soften your right knee. We'll set the block about a foot in front of our right foot and slightly to the left. Lift your left leg, so it's a twisted half knee balance now. If it works in your balance to lift that right arm back up to the sky, give that a go. Try to straighten your left leg as much as possible. Take one more inhale. Set your hand back to your sacrum, look at the ground, pull your left knee behind your right knee, bend your right knee, and we'll slide on down to a seated twist. The right leg is crossed over left, right hand comes behind you, either hugging your right thigh or bring your elbow towards your knee. Twisting, looking behind you, twisting through your eyeballs. When we turn our eyes, we pull on the ocular nerve, which creates actual movement in our brain, movement through that whole brain stem down into the dural tube of our spine. Keep your throat drawing back though, so that your posture has integrity. Take one more breath. And then rotating, looking back to the front of the mat, pausing for a moment, turning your eyes all the way to the left here. Okay, one more breath. And then let your trunk follow, facing back forward. So slide that right foot slightly to the left. Lift your hips, hands come down. So we're back towards that transition from that half primal squat. You'll bring your left leg off the ground, step it back. Left leg comes forward and down. So we're not waiting it this time. We're just practicing the movement here. Your spine is slightly rounded in flexion as you do this so that you have core control. Let's do two more. And last one. Okay, next time your foot comes back, step your right foot next to it, plank, and lower all the way down. This time, bow pose. Bend your knees. Reach for your ankles. If you don't reach your ankles, come back to Shalabhasana. That's fine. If you have your ankles, flex your feet down. If you have the tops of your feet, you can keep them pointed. Pull your shoulder blades together, lift your chest. Now kick your ankles into your hands, pull with your hands, lift your heart. Again, draw your throat back, breathe. And unravel. Make a little pillow with your hands, rest your forehead on that pillow, and sway your hips right to left. Hands come under your shoulders, so press on back. Downward facing dog. And this time, left leg lifts. And bring your left knee to tap your left elbow. And back up. Left knee over to right elbow. And back up. Left knee to left elbow. And back up. And over to right elbow. And back up. One more each side. Left. And back up. And right. And back up. And step that left foot all the way between your hands now. Have your block available. We'll come on up to Anjaneyasana, our lunge first. Zipping up through your core. Take a big breath. And set your hands down to the ground. So now walk your hands to the left. Turn all 10 toes to face the left edge of your mat, coming on to the pinky toe side of each of your feet. Use that block to keep your spine long, hips back, heart forward. Okay, one more breath in that twisted right leg fold. And we'll come back to the front of our mat. Use the block under your right hand. Right heel comes to the ground towards the midline of your mat. Square your pelvis and sweep your left hand up to the sky for your twisted triangle. And set your hand to your sacrum. Look down at the ground. Bring our right hand about a foot forward. And lift that right leg up. So you're welcome to stay here, or again, turning your chest with your left arm. That half moon balance. Get that airborne leg, that right leg strong and straight. Breathe. One more full inhale. Take your left hand back to your sacrum. Soften your left knee. Bring your right knee behind it. And slide on down for a seated twist. Hugging your thigh in. Left hand comes behind you. Nice and tall through your trunk. If it works, hook your elbow to that thigh. But turn with your eyes. Looking behind you. With your eyes. Turn your nose. Get that rotation all the way through your neck. Your upper back. All right, one more full breath, please. And coming back to center. We'll shift our left leg over to the right and rock forward. So we're moving towards that primal squat, but we're not going to be weighting our right leg this time. So when you're ready, put the weight down through your left leg, lift your right leg, tap it back. Lightly bring it forward and set it down. So keeping some flexion in your spine, so you control through your core, like you're moving through water, very aqueous. All right, last one, step it back, bring your left foot back, and lower all the way down. Bow pose again, draw your shoulders back and down, reach back, find your ankles or your feet, kick your shins into your hands. And this is a great pose. If you need to make a little noise, give yourself permission. You can work your jaw here. Opening the heart is no joke. Take one more breath. And melt on down to the ground. And wiggle your hips right and left a few times. We'll slide our hands under our shoulders, press back, your choice. downward dog or child's pose, wherever you feel like you can really access the length of your spine right now. And wherever you are, give that little wiggle again, like you're finding that one more inch of space, of length. In child pose, crawling your fingers forward alternately a little bit more. In down dog, shifting your hips. Fill any space you just created with your breath. If you're in dog, set your knees to the ground and rest. And walk your hands back to your knees, lift your trunk. We'll swing our legs around in front and come down onto our back. Grab your block again. We'll take our block to the outside of our right hip. Right leg will go straight, left knee comes in, left knee's in alignment with your hips. Draw your left knee across onto the block. Right hand seals your left knee down. Reach your right arm straight up to the sky. Breathe in, and as you exhale, follow that left thumb with your eyes as you twist. Inhale, left hand reaches back up to the sky, and exhale, follow into the twist. One more time. Reach up to the sky. Follow into the twist. Your right glute is active here, supporting the integrity of your low back and your sacroiliac joint. And inhale, let's release that leg back up to center. Center your pelvis, take the block to the outside of your left hip now. Right knee comes up above your hip joint and roll that right knee over onto the block. Left leg is straight. Left glute is active like you're standing. Left hand seals that right knee onto the block. Right arm goes up to the sky. Take a breath. Look at your thumb as you exhale. Open back into that twist. Inhale, come back up to the sky. Reach, find length, and exhale, open into the twist. Do one more. Reach, find length. Open in that twist again. That left glute is ignited, looking with your eyes toward your thumb. And coming back to center with your legs, bringing your knees into your chest and nose to your knees for a squeeze. We'll stretch on out into your final relaxation. Give yourself any props that you need to feel secure, maybe a rolled blanket under your knees or a pillow under your head. Tuck your shoulder blades under your body toward each other. And with these first few breaths of your rest, it really sets into this aqueous nature of your being, your fluid being, resting, and how this amazing being of water undulates with our breath and all the fascia glide that comes from that. Now, as you breathe in, imagine, visualize that you're bringing in a golden ray of light from the crown of your head and channeling that light down to the very base of your spine, to your coccyx, to your root chakra. And exhale, let that light cascade back up your spine and out the crown of your head. And inhale, draw that light from the crown of your head down. And exhale from sacrum all the way back up. Continue this visualization of moving light through your body, getting light into those shadowy cracks that we just opened up with our movement, with our intention, with our breath. And start to shift your tongue in your mouth, deepen your breath. Move your thumbs across your finger pads, wiggle your toes. And we'll take a deep breath in, reach your arms up along your ears. Draw your knees into your chest, hands to shins, right to left rock. Come all the way over to your side and press on up to a seat. Land your palms together, thumbs to your heart center. And I bow to this light that you just cultivated within yourself, this light that you just remembered that you are. I bow to the teacher, the ever-present teacher, that person that ripples their energy out into the world, connecting with others. And that student, that person that's open and receptive and ever curious and full of love. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing today. I hope you feel really great in your body and your day goes well. See you in the next class.